Did you guys know that the foraging update was first teased on the 30th of June 2021? That's almost 4 years ago. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. Hope your days are going smashingly. In today's video, we're going to talk about the best foraging investments you guys can make before the foraging update. To get started, we're going to talk about the first, probably the most obvious thing you guys can do to increase your chances of success when the update hopefully eventually drops, and that is your foraging level. So mine is 24, which is terrible, and what I'd recommend is before the update, so as soon as possible, as your highest priority, you get this to probably about 35. I can't even show you because I'm such a low level, but yeah, I will be grinding this out, so I recommend you guys do it as well. I believe that, you know, based on everything else in the game, the foraging update will have an entry requirement of probably about 20, 25 something for like the islands, because I doubt it would be quite a late game thing, but also they're going to have late game items and you want to access those items as soon as possible, and you're going to need a higher foraging level for that. So I say probably 35 is a safe bet, because then when you're foraging the update and then you unlock the items, you should be around 40ish, I'd assume, so you'll be able to use them. Pure speculation, but I'd say 35 is probably a safe bet. Second of all, just one of the more miscellaneous things you guys should do before the foraging update is probably level up your wolf slayer. I know this kind of seems like a weird one to do, but believe me, I have faith in the universe, put it like that, that they're going to release Sven 5, because they also said recently that they were going to release more Slayer content, and Sven is a foraging kind of Slayer, so it kind of makes sense for them to release it with the foraging update. Either way, it's probably just a good Slayer to level up anyway, because they're going to release it eventually. So in case anything is tied into Sven Slayer, like new items and anything like that, and bonuses, they might even update Sven 9, which I can't even show you, but all the Sven 8 rewards, so that you don't, you know, because lose left coins on death is a useless perk, because everybody uses booster cookies now anyway, so you don't lose any coins. So they might change that, they might change some of the items slightly. So I definitely recommend it, trying to get to Slayer 9. It's not difficult, like, it's a really easy grind, it's just long, it's like a really long grind. But if you go to like the castle and you use a pooch sword, because obviously they buffed the pooch sword, so it now gives wolf wisdom, so you can just kill it, use your best veteran armor, whatever you have that gives you combat wisdom, use a pooch sword, and you can pretty much just slay bosses pretty quickly. Just do like, you know, like 50 bosses a day or something. They take like 20 seconds each, so you can do like 20 minutes, half an hour wolf slayer a day. You should get there in the next week or so. Just do a little bit every day, but I definitely recommend trying to get wolf slayer 9 after you get foraging level 35. Foraging level 35 is definitely more important. Right, now on to items. So these things can actually get you loads of coins if you invest in them, but also you kind of just want one of each for yourself, so when the foraging update comes out, you're ready as you possibly can be. And the first one, of course, obviously, is a tree capitator. This is obviously the foraging axe. I'll put all of these up on screen anyway, so you can see it with the perks and everything while I explain. But tree cap, reforged, recommed. If you want the recom, you don't have to recom it, but I'd recommend you recom it so that you can just like forage most efficiently when the update comes out. They're not cheap. I've bought like 12 of these just so that, you know, when the prices go up, when the update comes out, I can just resell them. But have one good one for yourself. So as you can see here, if I go to my one of my foraging chests, if I can find it, I have it's now hiding from me. Oh, there it is. I have like a proper, almost maxed tree capitator with the reforged, just so that, you know, when I'm trying to get foraging 35, it's as quick as possible, but also when the update comes out, I have the best kind of axe available, and it's not super expensive either. Right, next of all is the booster cookies. Booster cookies, I mean, it's an update, so that kind of goes without saying. Every single time there's an update, booster cookie prices skyrocket, because skyblock players want booster cookies, they want bits, they want the buffs, people are buying gems, so they're trying to sell coins. Booster cookies always go up, so just buy, you know, like 10 booster cookies if you can. I know they're quite expensive. They're like, what, 11 mil right now? Yep. But you should be fine. Just if you can buy 10, buy 5, buy top 3. There's quite an expensive one, so if you can't afford it, don't bother. But if you can and you have a bit of extra cash, boost cookies are a safe bet. Also, alongside of that, save up your bits. I know I'm a culprit of this, I just spent loads of bits, but I do have quite a lot of bits just sitting there waiting to be unlocked, so either way is good. They may add new enchants, they may add new Abbey phone things, they may add anything in the bit shop, so you kind of want just a blanket of bits, so that when the update comes out, you can just like spam bits if there's anything that you need from the bit shop, and you don't have to worry about that, because that also inflates the price of boosted cookies, because obviously boost cookies are the only way of getting bits. Now on to more miscellaneous, like obscure items. We have the frog mask here, which gives foraging fortune, some foraging wisdom. I don't know if this item will be changed in the foraging update, but if you can pick one up. It's just, I mean, it's 20 mil, which isn't a load of coins, and it gives foraging wisdom and fortune, so if you want to pick that up, it's completely up to you. Alongside that, you should probably get the sacks, so the foraging sack like this, the foraging, the regular one, and the enchanted one. These things are dirt cheap, like 60,000 coins and what, 100k. You should just make sure you have sacks. You can pocket sack them, or whatever, pocket in a sack them, or whatever that thing's called, where you make them bigger if you want to, because you'll probably be getting a lot of logs. But yeah, definitely get that. Another one of the optional things you can get are the magic 8 ball. Now this thing is insanely expensive. It's an epic accessory that you get from the Shen's auction. This thing is insanely expensive for no reason whatsoever, but it does give foraging fortune and foraging wisdom. Now I'd recommend picking up anyway for the magical power, but also especially this for the foraging wisdom and fortune, because it's just a nice bonus. But you don't have to, because as you can see, there's only 1 wisdom and 25 fortune, so it might not make or break your case, but it's a nice thing to pick up if you can afford it. Now on to the more important investments slash item investments slash, I don't know what else to call it. So we're gonna start off with gemstones. These are probably one of the most important slash safe things you can invest in, because I mean, these things are dirt cheap. Like, look how much a peridot gemstone is, 21 mil, and look how much a citrine is a whole 5 mil less, right? And these were even lower previously, but these things obviously give foraging fortune. Now when the update comes out, I assume that all the items and the armor and things are going to have gemstone slots, like pretty much every other corner of the game. So it kind of just makes sense to invest as many coins as you can into things like gemstones, because they're guaranteed to go up in price. So in here, oh, this is the wrong thing. If I go back to my island, I can show you. If I go here, wrong chest. In here you can see I've got a whole load of flawless. I have perfects. They are currently sitting on different items, and they're currently in my artifact of a relic of control, sorry, which is when I find it, which is another thing actually, as a side note. Try and fill it up just because it's a nice bonus, and just stick a flawless in there, because it's just a nice bonus to have. So you can see that I have a flawless citrine in there. And yeah, so if you can farm these gemstones, because they will guarantee you they will rise in price when the update comes out. Right, so back at Maddox, another lot of items that I think are probably worth investing in if you don't already have all of them is all of the Wolf Slayer stuff. I've already told you guys that it's probably a good idea to level up your Wolf Slayer gear, but also I think it's actually a good idea to get most of the Wolf Slayer gear. So like the Pooch Sword, the helmet, or the whole armor of the Pact, the talisman. The only thing I would say you don't need, there's not a lot in Wolf Slayer, but the only thing I'd say you don't need is probably the Plasma Flux or the Overflux, or any of those, because it's already a mythic at upgrade. I doubt they'll add a divine thing, a divine orb. I might be wrong, but it's ridiculously expensive, and if you want to take a gamble that expensive, like a Plasma Flux is what, like, yeah, it's like 700 800 mil. If you want to make an 800 mil gamble that they're gonna add a divine item, go for it. But personally, I'd just stock up on things like golden teeth and talismans and things like that you get from this, and all the drops from Wolf Slayer, because they might be useful, like the grizzly fish and things like that. They might be useful, you never know. And to be honest, selling them doesn't get you a whole load of coins, so you might as well just save them in your sacks and just stockpile it. On to one of the more interesting investments I've especially made, and you can probably tell from this chest, is foraging XP boost. I think I bought these for like 1.72 mil a pop, and now they're basically 5 mil, so I've already made 3 mil per. These are only the ones I have here. I have 15 in here. I have loads more back on my island. I probably have about 35 in total, because I just saw it and I was like, you know what, the foraging update's eventually going to come out in the next lifetime of mine anyway. So I was like, okay, I might as well just invest in it. So that's what I did, and I definitely recommend you guys investing in it. I know they're slightly more expensive, but they are 100% going to increase in price when the update comes out, because there'll be new pets, there'll be people trying to level up ocelots, monkeys, all those kind of things, and you're going to want to be able to just sell those things at a premium when the demand is insanely high, because also it's 50%. So don't bother with like the 10% ones or whatever, just buy the 50% ones, because that is 90% of what the demand is going to go up for, because people want to level up their pets and things extremely fast, so you might as well just like get the best ones available. Now onto the bread and butter, or what I like to call the bread and butter of the way you'll make your money this update, and that is pets. So there are a lot of foraging pets in the game. There's like the giraffe, the lion, the monkey, the ocelot, but I'm going to go through the pets in ranking of least to most important in what you should invest in. Starting off, we have the giraffe pet. Now, the reason this is at the bottom is because it's a foraging pet, so they may do something with it. But they did change the giraffe pet when they did the dungeons rework with the berserker class rework, which was quite a while ago. If I can find it, I'll throw the patch notes up on the screen, and you'll be able to see from the date when it was. But this was already reworked, this pet, so it may not be reworked again. But if you want to just pick up one, just so you have it, you might as well get it for pet score. But I definitely recommend just trying to get one. They're not super expensive. It doesn't even have to be level 100. Just get like a level 1 for the pet score, and then you'll have one in case they change it. Editing hypixel here. You're about to have the privilege of watching me realize that I do not have a lion pet, and the reaction. Enjoy. I don't have a lion pet. Oh! Nah, that's crazy. Wait, I don't have a lion pet. Nah, that's actually insane. How do I not have a lion pet? Wait, what? Nah, I have to have a lion pet, right? Yeah, I was gonna say. It's only epic thingy. Nah. I need to buy a lion pet. I can't be making all these things and then not have a lion pet, bro. What? Can't believe I don't have a lion pet though. Next up on the list, we have the lion pet. Now, this pet hasn't been changed in quite a while, and it's kind of redundant. It's pretty much a useless pet. Very rarely do I see anyone actually using this pet, so they may change it with the coming update. Similarly to the giraffe, you'd want one anyway for pet score. Doesn't have to be level 100 obviously, because it's quite obviously a tedious one to level up considering it's a foraging pet. But you might want to just grab a second one, just in case they actually decide to update the pet, and then you have a second pet, and if they don't, you can just resell it. But I'd recommend getting like 2 of these, because there is a chance they might change it, because it's obviously quite an outdated pet. Next on this list, it may take you slightly by surprise, but it's actually fishing pets. Now hear me out. The foraging update is called the foraging update, but it's kind of like a umbrella term for like a bunch of different changes they're bringing to skyblock, because obviously they're upgrading it to a new version, so it's going to come with new blocks, new mobs. So I doubt they'd keep the foraging update just to foraging, because obviously they're going to introduce things like Sven 5, new slayers, new bestiaries, all that kind of stuff, which isn't actually foraging, but it links to foraging. And on the foraging patch notes that we got like millions of years ago, you can see there are obviously places to fish. Now we just got the new fishing update quite recently, and that island like hub thing that they show with the fishermen, I'll throw it up on screen so you actually know what I'm talking about. shows that there's space for loads of different islands. Now hear me out, I think that the foraging islands will probably be tied into, at least, if not be one of those new islands, because it seems like a pretty easy way to tie in and tie new islands into that progression system so you can unlock it, which means that it'll probably have some relation to fishing. That's just my take. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to, but I would personally invest in some fishing pets if you don't already have. It's like the squid and the flying fish and the dolphin, because the dolphin hasn't been changed in a hot minute as far as I'm aware. Like that's golfin. Nice. The dolphin, I mean, this thing hasn't been changed in, I don't even know, like since the fishing speed things came out. I haven't actually seen this thing had a reasonable change, so this thing might get changed, because like what is splash surprise? Stun sea creatures for 5 seconds after fishing them up. Like nobody cares about this perk. This is like a completely useless perk. And fishing sea creature chance is okay, I guess, and fishing speed is obviously nice, but I feel like they'll rework this perk to fit better with the new update, so you might want to just pick one up because it may become really good. And even if you don't pet score, so pick up one of those. Definitely pick up a squid pet because that thing is amazing, and a flying fish obviously because that thing is also really good. Both legendary, you don't need a mythic flying fish. But I'd also recommend picking up a dolphin and maybe some other fishing pets if you want to, because I feel like in my gut and logically that the the foraging update will probably have some relation to other skills, if not all of them. Except for maybe mining, because I'm pretty sure the community is fed up with mining updates. Right, next on the list is a wolf pet. I think if you don't have this pet, level 100 legendary, what are you doing? Because this pet is so good. I mean, 33 combat wisdom is a ridiculous perk. It's really useful for any kind of slayer if you don't have that kind of pet, like the ghoul pet or the enderman pet or whatever, a mythic enderman. And it's so cheap. This pet is so cheap. You might as well get it, considering you should also level up, as I said before, your wolf slayer, your Sven. This pet would probably be useful for that, so you should get one anyway. Also, they might make a mythic version, because obviously with Enderman we have Enderman Slayer, Void Gloom, we have a mythic Enderman, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got a mythic wolf pet, because you know, even with the enchanting 60 we got mythic, what's it called, one-eyed monkey, what's his name, guardian pet. I don't know if I'm going to leave that rambling in, but yeah, we have a mythic guardian pet, so I would just assume you should just get one of these, to be honest. If you don't have one, you're kind of throwing, I can't lie, because this pet is so useful for all kinds of parts in the game. Penultimately on this list, with no surprise, we have the monkey pet, you know, just like you. I'm joking. And obviously it's for the fortune and the tree cap cooldown. But I mean, this pet you should have if you're leveling up to foraging 35, like I said before. But even if you don't, get more than one, because I have like, I don't know, let's see how many pets I have actually. I have 2 in here and about 3 more on my island, and obviously that is probably a good indicator that you should probably invest in it, because I mean, I've had these monkey pets for ages, and you can level them up in fan if you don't want to do it yourself. It may be, you may lose on profit, but you'll save your sanity. That's what I've done. So I definitely recommend picking up as many legendary monkeys as you can, especially if you can get them to level 100, because they will be great. Lastly, but definitely not least, without any surprise, it is the ocelot pet. This is probably the most important pet you can get for the foraging update, not only for yourself but to resell, because foraging 60 will undoubtedly come out with this update. So even the people who have max foraging and they've sold off their pets, or they don't need them anymore, or even if they don't, they will be buying up these ocelot pets, so the demand will be low anyway. So what you want to do is just buy as many of these pets level 100. If you had to pick one pet and invest in it, I'd pick this pet, because every single person in the entire game will need XP, and they will need XP before they need any kind of fortune, because the XP will unlock all the new items, and foraging 60, which will probably have new items with it as well. So every single person in the game will need foraging XP. So foraging wisdom, wherever you can find it, this is 30 foraging wisdom, which is massive. You will 100% want it. Plus they may change foraging minions, so the second perk, tree hugger, might become useful, but I doubt it, because you know, foraging minions are pretty garbage anyway. So, but out of any of the pets I've mentioned, and pretty much actually out of anything I've mentioned on this entire list, maybe excluding gemstones, pick this one up, because this is probably where you will guarantee 100% make most of your money if you have lots. So you can see here I have 3 here, I have 4 more in the chest on my island, and I think I loaned 2 to a friend. So I have about, what is it, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 of these. One of them is not level 100, but I'll level it up in fan after I stop recording this video. I have 9 of these, and I bought them all for like 15 mil less than what it's worth now. So you can see that I've already made loads of money off the pet. Sorry about that, there was a cat at my window. It just came and like smacked my glass. Anyway, I would definitely recommend picking up a ocelot. One more bonus tip I'm going to give you guys is just to make sure you have a mod pack, or you have updated mods for the new features and the new version when it comes out. So basically what I mean by this is, you don't want to be looking on update day or the day before or whatever for 1.20 mods for skyblock, because it will just be a hassle. There'll probably be way more like rats on the things, because people will know that you're trying to look for mods and they'll implore rats. So what I'd recommend doing is either just getting Badline, because Badline obviously has mods, or they'll have mods for the new versions, or just start looking around a bit earlier, or even now, and just make sure you have at least a mod pack with the basics like Optifine and like, well actually it'd be Sodium in the new versions, but you have your optimization mods, so at least the game runs smoothly. But yeah, that's the last thing I'd say, is just make sure you have mods for 1.20 so that you're not hurrying around on update day trying to figure out what mods you need, because obviously all your 1.8.9 mods won't work. Alright, and that wraps up today's video. I was gonna say this at the beginning, but I did forget. I apologize for not uploading for like an entire month. I was busy, and then I just couldn't be asked for about a week, and then I was ill, and then I was busy again. So I should be going back to at least 2 uploads a week. I'm trying to do more, but I should be able to at least upload 2 videos a week. Obviously when the foraging update comes out, I'll probably be posting like 4 videos a day. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that in case YouTube spam blocks me, but we'll see. But yeah, so the upload schedule will probably be going back to a more consistent thing, and I apologize for the super long wait. You know, it's Skyblock plays, it's kind of hard when you have a life. This game is just like a soulless pit of whatever. Anyway, thank you guys for listening today. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.